Alright everyone, TML64 back with the next part of Let's Play Pokemon Heart Gold. Now just before we start, I am going to clear out something with you guys. First of all, I have unfortunately replaced O'Reilly. Yes, our good friend the Owl, ever since we had as a Hoot Hoot, has finally been cut short. We have replaced him with a hunter nicknamed Migasta. So, this is a odd opportunity which I wanted to take advantage of because, I'll be honest with you, I've never had a knack for the normal and flying type combination. Never. Maybe as Pidgeot when Generation 1 and 2, and I liked Noctowl, but I just don't like flying types in general unless they are not half normal. So that's just an opinion of mine. So instead, for this video, I am going to use a hunter, as it is called, Migasta, and see how it goes for that. You guys are going to vote whether or not I should stick with O'Reilly or stick with Migasta, okay? Because I figure having a ghost type like Hunter, particularly when he's a very powerful special attacker, much better than Noctowl is, I figured he would be a much better asset. And don't worry, I can evolve him into a Gengar, I have my ways. Alright, so, with that out of the way, let us continue with our video. We are going to go south now to, what's the name of the place? Can't remember the place. It's unnatural. I never forget any city place in any of my history on loading Pokemon. Let's see, what was it called again? Let's see, we got Olivine, Olivine City, and we're going south to... This will probably take a while. I can't remember what this town was called. I never forget it. It's not Mahogany Town, because that's later. So what's this one called? What was it called? Seafall? No, that's Red and Blue. Oh, I just can't remember. Oh, it'll come back to me. Anyway, here we go. Where our first trainer is a swimmer, and I didn't catch his name, but who cares? We always forget these guys every time we fight them the first time. So, we will bite this tentacle nice and hard, and allowing it to, die. Very nicely. Alright, so McJaws has grown to level 29. That is one level away from evolving to his final stage. And my favorite starter in all existence, next to Venusaur. So, his next Pokemon is another Tentacool. Yes, these jellyfish are the Zubats of the sea. You will find them so often, it is ridiculous. So, I'll just keep biding my time, and, kill these tentacles off one by one, as it should be. So, with that out of the way, Simon is beaten. Okay, I give up. Yes, you do. Alright, let's see if I can remember that name now. What's the town's name? Come on, brain, work! You never work when I want you to. Let's see, what was it called? Oh, this is eating at me. Cinawood! Thank you, woman! It's called Cinawood City. My god, how could I forget it? Alright, well, whatever. This babe here told us that, the name of it, Cinawood. Thank you very much. And our first Pokemon's a Staryu, one of my favorite water types as well. If I didn't have McJaws, I would totally use Staryu and Starmie, but for people who are watching my Black and White 2 review, you've already seen that I already have a shiny Starmie through pure luck. Still can't believe I caught that. But anyway, I think we'll take a break from the Staryus at the moment and stick with the McJaws, or Croconaws, if you will. This is why I don't like nicknaming. It makes me think that their actual names are the names I'm giving them, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, but yeah, what do you gotta do? Alright, so Staryu was beaten. Nice, nice. The Starfish is dead. So McJaws goes 477 EXP points. I lost that one halfway to level 30, folks. I see good future. Alright, so what's this item gonna be here? It looks like TM88 Pluck. That would have been great for Noctowl if I didn't get rid of it. Now we're not going yet. There's a hidden item underneath it. A Hyper Potion. Pretty sneaky, eh? Alright, so that'll work for us. I suppose if we ever give Pluck to Noctowl, it'll give us a chance to pluck a berry from the opponent, but it's still not very reliable. I prefer Air Slash, as I always do. Alright, so first wild Pokemon is no doubt a Tentacool. Like I said, these things are as common as rats in a sewer. You will find these very annoying. However, if you want a place to grind levels to raise your Pokemon up, this is not a bad place. Despite the fact the only Pokemon that can be caught in these waters are Tentacool, Tentacruel, and if you're playing Heart Gold, it will be Mantine. So, for people who want to raise their Pokemon off, this is actually a very good spot, because you get some pretty good EXP yields from Tentacool and Tentacruel, which, as I've found from personal experience. But enough of that, we're on to our next trainer, Swimmer Randall. Yes, that reminds me of Monsters Incorporated straight away. So, his first Pokemon's a Shelter! Yes, a very, very strong Pokemon. Yes, in defense, that is. This thing's as weak as a thing when it comes to attack stats. However, he's gotten some pretty good glory in Generation 5, given the honor in Shell Smash. Wow, that move is just so powerful. brought him right from never used to overused in less than 20 seconds. Right, so this next Pokemon's a Wartortle as my first gen counterpart. It is first gen versus second gen, folks. Who will win? Well, of course it will be me. Look at me. I'm 9 levels ahead of this turtle. Of course I love Wartortle. Who doesn't love first gen? Not saying I'm a gen 1er. I am a gen 1er, but it doesn't mean I bitch about the later gens. I love the later gens. Later gens, although not as creative as the first gen and so on, still have their charms. Anyway, McJaws grew to level 30, and he's going to evolve, but he's going to learn Crunch, which is great. We can get rid of Bite for that. Crunch is a more powerful version of Bite. Pretty much that, nothing else to say. Just a more powerful version of Bite. 20 points more power. Instead of flinching the opponent, however, it has a chance to lower their defense. It used to be special defense before Generation 4, so just take that into account in case you want to play Generation 3 anytime soon. Alright, so his next Pokemon's a Shelder. McJaws is had enough of his time here, so we will move into something a little more needing it, such as Engineer. The Magnemite. Of course, he needs 3 levels to level up. He evolves at the same level Croconaw does, level 30. So, with Engineer, let's see what damage we can do. As mostly an electric-type Pokemon, as you've seen, he is my favorite electric-type. So, yeah, doing some good favors with these Shelders here, and we defeat Swimmer Randall. Oh, I lost. Yes, you did. Right. Oh, there it is! McJaws is evolving. Let us witness this in silence! Congratulations, my friends! Our McJaws has evolved into a Feraligatr. And straight away, McJaws wants to learn Agility. Now, I would recommend this if you were thinking of sweeping with a very fast speed, but I don't see the point of it all. Feraligatr is not really meant for being very speedy. He's a bulky water type. So, I won't give him Agility. There's no point of it, so give up on Agility. If you want my opinion, he must have Dragon Dance. It does exactly what Agility does, just a bit one stage of speed lower, but it raises both speed and attack. So, by all means, Dragon Dance is far superior. It's like Sword Stance and Agility in one. I highly recommend it. However, Dragon Dance can only be taught to him through egg moves, so this is one time we probably won't be able to give to him, unfortunately. I'm a bit tired. If I win, lend me your Pokemon. Fat chance! Okay, so this ballsy swimmer here, named George, is fighting us off with a Tentacool mess. Oh gee, this is going to be amusing. Alright, with our newly evolved Feraligatr McJaws, let us see what Crunch can do with these big massive jaws of his. Oh, that'll leave a mark. Say I squeezed the jelly out of his membranes, or whatever they are, at the top of his head. I used to see those red dots on Tentacool as his eyes once. Yeah, I had some pretty weird imagination. But then again, I'm not the only person who saw that. Alright, I'm going to switch Pokemon here because I figured Feraligatr, or McJaws, has plenty of bulk up his sleeves. So we will switch into Engineer. And if you don't believe me, yes, Feraligatr does have sleeves. In fact, he has pockets. If you look closely at his knees, his artwork actually looks like those patterns look like pockets. Really, it's kind of weird. What would he do with those pockets? I don't want to know. But who cares? We are moving into Engineer now to take advantage of this EXP Fest. His next Pokemon's a Remoraid, which is different for once. Remoraid cannot be found in these waters, but if you wish for a good water-type Pokemon, especially one that can do critical hits, a very powerful, Remoraid is a good Pokemon for that choice. He's got either Swift Swim or Sniper. I would definitely go for Sniper, because Sniper triples the damage of critical hits rather than doubles them. So much better than Swift Swim, because if he evolves into an Octillery with Swift Swim, he will lose that and instead get Suction Cups. Suction Cups stops you from switching out, period, unless you're doing it yourself, so Roar, Whirlwind, the likes, they will not work on him with Suction Cups. Which is good if you have entry hazards, but it's more of a competitive battling, so I would ignore it. I would stick with Sniper. So yeah, back to the battle at hand. He used a Staryu, I finished it off. His next Pokemon's a Tentacool. Yes, as most swimmers like to use Tentacool for some strange reason. I don't know why. Tentacool I find to be ugly. Still charming, but ugly. So that's number 5? Number 4, I think? Number Tentacool 4 or whatever. Okay, well, yeah, he's on his 6th Pokemon now. Another Tentacool. What did you expect, yeah? Okay, just like the rest of them, we'll finish this off. Now, don't get me wrong, Tentacool is a good Pokemon. He's a very good special defense wall. You can also learn Toxic Spikes now, and a few other moves which are very useful to have now and again. So just consider it. You can use any Pokemon you want as long as you have a strategy to use it. That's my philosophy. Alright, so now with that swimmer done, we have to navigate our way around the not the Sevi Islands, the Whirl Islands, as I've forgotten with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Unfortunately, though, I do not believe I have any repels, so I'm going to be stuck here fighting these Tentacool and Tentacruels. So I'll just crunch this one and quickly check my inventory if I have a repel, because that would really come in handy right now. And while I'm at it, I will switch McJaws as well, because technically he shouldn't even be in first right now. Switch with Engineer or Magnemite. Right, do we have any repels? Let's take a look-see. Repels. We have a Super Repel. That's good enough, I guess. Go with that. Right, so swimming down the rocks and another trainer. Of course! All night, Staryu gather near the water surface. Yes, yes they do. Okay, swimmer, Wendy. Horsey, yeah, despite the fact she was talking about Staryu, she doesn't have one. Oh well, this is the first time for everything. Right, Engineer, Thundershock. Is it me, or do you think they could have made Thundershock just to look a little more powerful in this game? I mean, have you seen what Pikachu does in the anime with Thundershock? It looks overpowered to an extreme. But then again, that Pikachu's been on steroids far too much. Okay, Horsey number 2. Yep, not a Staryu. They completely contradict that, whatever you just said. You said something about Staryu, yet you don't use one. That's very odd. Usually you would expect it, but I'm not complaining. She's beaten. Oh dear, I just hope she doesn't ask for my phone number. Not that I wouldn't mind giving it to her, but still, I wouldn't bother with it. Too annoying. There's nothing worse than a good phone call. It's one that's just there to nag you. See those islands that are blocked by whirlpools? There just has to be a secret. Yes, there is, but I ain't telling you, and I ain't gonna find out in this game either. Yeah, I kind of find that a little annoying that in the original Gold and Silver, you could catch both Ho-Oh and Lugia, no matter which game you got. But in this, you can only catch the one on the box, which sucks. Really. It does. It's really, really annoying because I was looking forward to catching both Lugia and Ho-Oh, but it looks like you can only catch one now in this game, which might make it a bit more consistent with the box, but still, wouldn't mind keeping that in at least. I mean, you know, as a grand prize. But in that, they emphasized the story more. More of Suicune, more of Ho-Oh or Lugia, depending on which game you play, so it's all good. Just missed that little gimmick. So, Whirl Islands don't have anything in them except for items. So don't expect a Lugia if you're playing Heart Gold, and don't expect a Ho-Oh if you're playing Soul Silver. If you know what I mean. Tin Tower, Bell Tower, whatever. Okay, well this swimmer has a Staryu, just what we were looking for. 5-pointed star with a gem in the center. What could no one love about that? Okay, so starting off with the Water Gun, which is the only type Magnemite is not resistant to, believe it or not, and is not super effective against him. It's just a neutral damaging move. Which is good, because, like I said, Magnemite have the biggest amount of resistances in the game. Only behind him is Empoleon, so take advantage of that, people. That's why I love using Magnemite. Such good defenses and resistances. Unfortunately, his just common weakness to ground types does not do him any favors at all. Which is sad, really, but hey, if you can get around those problems, I'm sure you can work something out. Alright, so Engineer's at level 29 now. That's one level away! One level away! Until we evolve, which will be very soon now. I can predict us getting 2 Pokemon evolved in the one video. That would be awesome. So let's wait for this trainer to just swim in front of me. What is wrong with this trainer? He just doesn't notice me. He's just... there we go. The waves are wild here. They tire you out as you swim. Yeah, well, that's why I use Pokemon instead. Slavery! Yay! Alright, well, Swimmer Ronald Gyarados. Oh dear. This thing I would have been afraid of if it weren't for Magnemite, because Magnemite's practically the only thing that can pretty much take this thing without worry. Thrash. A damaging move that's, you know, it's like a normal type version of Outrage, a little weaker in this generation, but in Generation 5 it's just as powerful. Alright, so Gyarados died pretty quickly there, thanks to his 4 times weakness to electricity. And his second Pokemon's another Gyarados. Doing me some favors now, aren't you? I'm already halfway to level 30, and you're going to get me straight away to level 30 soon. He has Intimidate, which would lower my attack, but it's no need to because I don't use attack stats, so there. So, Thunder Shock. Please kill this Gyarados. I don't know what's supposed to be a Chinese dragon, I know that, but still, whatever. Engineer, not 916. Ooh, one more battle, I'd say. Just one more. Even if it's a wild Pokemon battle, it should be just enough. Alright, well, before we do that, there is a few more trainers around here. I prefer to fight every trainer in a route as soon as I see them. I think this is the one I missed. Let's see what she got. I'm on my way to the Whirl Islands. I'm going to explore it with friends, if she can get past the Whirls. Yes, of course, the Whirlpools. You need Whirlpool to get past them, but you won't get for a very long time, unfortunately. Alright, so this girl's Pokemon is a Goldeen. True. Go with a Thunder Shock. Thunder Shock, and will that level me up to level 30? Oh, I'm just a speck away from evolving. You know what? As soon as I finish off this Goldeen, I'm going to switch out to one of the Pokemon that could use the leveling up method a bit. So come on, Thunder Shock all the way. And that takes care of her. Engineer grows to level 30. Last. Magnet Bomb. Ooh, that could be useful. It's physical, yes, but it's the only Steel-type move we'll know for a while. So for the moment, we will get rid of Supersonic because, hey, it's useless. It's a same as a Confuse Ray, just less accurate, which makes no sense, but who cares? It's 100% accurate in Generation 5, I think. Okay, so now that Magnemite, or Engineer, is at level 30, we can switch to something that can use it a bit more. Let's go into Radar, the Venonet, because I really want to get a Venomoth very soon. It will take us 4 levels to get there. Radar doesn't evolve until level 31. Alright, seeking this thing. If I had something like Giga Drain or Mega Drain, it would have been more useful, but I don't, so we'll just have to go with the Psybeam. And does more than half the damage, but that was a critical hit. I might want to be a little worried about that now. Water Pulse. Please do not confuse me. Why do I always jinx it when I say that? Come on, Radar. Use your head. Thank you. Water Pulse. Very trollish attack. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. He gets confused. I mean, I only have a 10% chance to confuse him with Psybeam, but he has a 30% chance. And he's got Peck as well, which still doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know the horn can be used like a beak, but I don't see how it's a flying type just because he's using a horn instead of a beak. It kind of makes little to no sense. Anyway, who cares? Physics, what can you do? And now Magnemite is evolving. Alright, Engineer, let's see you split into 3. And there we have it, folks! Engineer has evolved into Magneton. And it doesn't look like he learned anything, but who cares? Okay, let's see, we got 4 Pokemon who are not at level 30. That would be Megastar, Roseduck, Eggnog, and Radar. I'll go with Radar a bit more, considering I'm going against a Fighting-type gym soon, which would prove very useful to me. Oh, another trainer. Just what I needed. Are you seeking the secrets of the Whirl Islands? Not in this game, I'm not. We're challenged by Swimmer. Me! That's my name! Ugh, I didn't know I hate wearing Speedos. Alright, well, he's got a first Pokemon. It's a Krabby. That's a first. Haven't seen Krabby much. I did catch one for strength and cut and surf, whirlpool, waterfall, you name it. It's the perfect HM slave, in my opinion. Much better than Bidoof, believe it or not. So yeah, Krabby, the ultimate HM slave. I can't believe this thing can learn strength. I mean, look at those scrawny little legs. Right, Radar got 565. I'd say that was it. That was it? 1 Krabby? Wow, I'm weaker than I thought. Alright, come on. The Super Repel better not wear off anytime soon. Want to make it to Cinawood before the day is done. Thanks. Before the day is done. Oh, what the heck. I'll talk to this woman and fight her quickly. You are challenged by Swimmer Susie! Psyduck! Oh yes, how could I forget this lovable little duck? Right, what can I do to it? I used to think, like a lot of people, used to think that Psyduck was part psychic, but no, he's just water. It's just he can learn confusion and I think psychic as well. And now he's confused, which kind of makes it consistent with his particular nature. Oh well, Psyduck did annoy me a lot, but he still gave us a lot of laughs. Oh, I miss the days of the old anime days where it was so much more simplistic and not retarded. Anyway, Psyduck used confusion. Thankfully, I survived with 14 HP. I want Radar to actually get something done, because once he evolves into a Venomoth, he'll be a much bigger asset than anything possible as a Radar or a Venonat. Oh, these nicknames are driving me nuts. Alright, so he's a Goldeen. Okay, as long as it doesn't peck me, I should be alright. I say... Okay, fingers crossed, people. Hope we don't get killed. Oh, lucky me. Alright, well, I'm going to switch out now. That was just far too close for comfort. I want to actually live. Alright, Eggnog. I think I should rename this thing now. It's no longer eggs, it's more like a coconut tree, so maybe I'll rename it. I don't know. Make your comments below on what I should name this coconut tree, eggnog, thingamajiggy, whatever. Alright, confusion on this fish. And yeah, good enough. Good job. And that's Susie beaten. I'm crushed. Right, we almost there. We're 21 minutes in the video and we're all stopped in our treks again, of course. Tentacool, a typical example of knowing when to be annoyed. Oh great, and now I'm not going to be killed. Instead he just toxic spikes me. I can't believe Radar's that faster than a Tentacool, because usually determining on how you can run away from a wild Pokemon is depending on what your speed is. Ah, oh, come on, there's the landmass right there! Could you at least give me a few more seconds? Ah, alright, well since this is practically the last Pokemon we're probably gonna find, I don't see why we shouldn't kill it. So, Psybeam... Whoa, that was close. I forgot I had 4 HP left. Psybeam, please kill it, thank you. Okay, that's not gonna work, but he did confuse him. So, maybe we might do it. Come on, hurt yourself, hurt yourself, hurt yourself. Thank you! Okay, Psybeam, critical hit me, please. No, I mean, whatever. Okay, come on. Fingers crossed. Oh, lucky me! That Tentacles are just... no brains. Their heads are made of water. No, really, I mean, 70% of the... 90% of their body is composed of water. I don't even know how to comment on that, but who cares? Ah, come on, a pinch away from 28. Alright, well, who cares? We're in Cinawood City, at last. I know I missed a few trainers back there, but I'll do them off screen because, you know, no point really. We're 23 minutes in now, so... yeah, this is where we'll leave the video for now. Okay, guys, it is going to be Christmas in 3 days as of this video. So, I won't be posting up until after New Year's, because, you know, it's a family time and everything. So everyone out there who are celebrating Christmas or whatever, depending on what your belief is, I wish you all a happy holiday, and hope you have a great time, spend time with your family, do all sorts of cool stuff and everything. And for those people who are working, you know, hang in there. Alright guys, thanks for watching, comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Merry Christmas!